I've got our planter freshly rebuilt for 2023, got new disc openers on, got them all spec'd out correctly on the spacing, got the gauge wheels back on, got them aligned properly, even added some new product this year. But I thought I'd take you over to Solid Rock Ag. They're our closest precision planting dealer, talk about some basic maintenance stuff and show you what the dealers can offer you. Hey, I'm here with Mark at Solid Rock Ag. We're just gonna kind of talk about what they do here and then cover some basic planter maintenance. So Mark, what's like 3 or 4 things somebody should do every year on their planter?
Yeah, so I guess obviously it's always good to check over your meters, make sure have a dealer run through them and check them, make sure they're all in good operation. We're starting to do a lot of different other service items other than meters as well, like speed tubes, going through those every year, liquid modules, anything like that. Those are all just any service items like that when you get started, if you don't want those to be giving you problems when you first get started, it's a good idea to have us, or any dealer for that matter, check them over, make sure they run well, make sure they run through all the different levels of population or liquid rates or whatever you're doing, to make sure that when you hit the field, all your electronic components are ready to go. So
Yeah, what about like wear items, parallel arms and stuff? Mine,
yeah,
I checked mine have been good and tight for years, so
sure,
I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah, so I mean, those are more just service items as far as would go through a meter room. When it comes to the planter, obviously, parallel arms are a big deal. You want to check the slop if you're up and down on your row units. The general recommendation is 1/2 inch of slop, and we want to replace it. I will say my personal opinion is any level of slop you have is going to create additional vibration in the row unit. And when you have a load cell that's taking readings 200 times a second, that's managing a downforce system, every level of vibration is going to affect the performance of that system. So I don't know if I'm that stingy on a specific 1/2 inch increment. It's just once there becomes any level of slop we can alleviate substantially, it's a good thing to look at.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the meters, because we don't do it every year. So I got electric meters from Precision. How often would you put those on a stand?
Yeah, it's a great question. So VSET meters, the first, obviously many of the meters we've came from, we recommended bringing them in every year, every 2 years, every 3 years. The VSET meter has performed phenomenally well, wearability wise. I think we've been selling them for at least 8 years or so, and I have yet to replace a disc due to actual seed cell wear. Now, the drive cogs will get worn from the motor over time, and that chatter will start happening around the drive cogs. But it's just been phenomenal. That the biggest maintenance thing on the VSET to watch for would be the seals. Once the seals start getting thin, either they'll start cracking or the flap can pull in, and that can cause issues. And we have replaced a lot of seals the last couple of years because of that. There's the bearings can start to go out, especially if there's been pressure or rain on them and that type of thing, or fertilizer. Those are that's a fairly common thing. The gear cogs on the motors, like I said, those wear. So those are all different things that it is a good idea to still look for them, and we do still recommend bringing them in every 3-4 years, depending on how many acres you run. Again, it's just an extra level of security that you have everything ready to go.
I'm getting to that point on mine. And I came in for a seal.
Yeah.
Last year I was chasing a problem on a row, and I couldn't figure it out, and you guys saw it was the seal right away. And I was kind of trained to another brand, and I wouldn't have guessed there was anything wrong with that seal.
And once one seal goes, it's one of those things that probably the rest are
all
not
the same
too far
age.
off.
Okay. Well, we can walk around and see what else you guys got going on here. So you guys have all kinds of inventory. You guys got quite a bit of stuff, which is nice. I've been here and got stuff. I just got seed tube guards and disc openers to rebuild my planter, and you guys had all that here. What all kind of stuff you keep?
Yeah, really anything. You know, we used to store all our parts in kind of a small parts room, and we just spent so much time trying to dig around for things, and so it's all kind of laid out here now, and we really, from the beginning, we've built our business off of trying to have as much parts as we possibly can, because you know, that's important to guys that we have. You know, if they go down, we want to have them ready for them in the season, and so we do try to carry a pretty high level of inventory. Now, after a certain point, you know, you can't carry everything, so we kind of have learned to try to you know, be strategic on that. But yeah, pretty much all your main items that you would typically want that you could have go down in the field, we try to carry.
So now we're out in the shop, talk about some of the other things you guys do here. You're obviously, you're building complete planters, and you got some other stuff going on out here.
Yep. Yeah, so these are three planters projects we've got going on right now, trying to get wrapped up. And you know, a lot of these bars, they basically come in as just plain bars and row units, and then we add everything else to it after the fact. So a lot of things need customized. So these are the Furrow Force from Precision Planting that we added here, and these have the concealed gauge wheels with the liquid application there. These have Reveal row cleaners on, the V-Drive, V-Set meters, the Delta Force. They also have the electromagnetic flow sense from Precision Planting. So with this, we can get away without having any impellers on the system. That way, you know, you can get some liquid with larger material in it or larger debris, and you don't have to worry about impellers plugging.
Okay, and you got some refurbishing going on too?
Yeah,
Wear parts?
Yeah, so one other service we offer is rebuilding parallel arms with an upgrade style. And so we get arms like this in, just used uppers and lowers from different companies. We have them cleaned up, powder coated, and then we actually take them and mill the holes out larger, because the problem with these, you know, they become oblong shaped because this arm material is a softer material than what the bushing is they use inside of it. So over time, the bushings actually stay fairly, they hold their wear pretty good, and then the arm gets worn out. So in the past, guys have had to replace their arms when they wear, not just the bushings. So what we do, we bring them in, we have them painted, and we mill them out with this machine over here. We press a hardened sleeve into them, and let's see here. Yeah, we press a hardened sleeve into the arm, and then we put another hardened bushing in it. That they're both made of a very hard material that will wear much longer than the original one would. And then basically, they end up being, these are the final products. These are lowers here, but they'll end up looking like this, and we kind of build up an exchange program to where we send the arms out, and then a guy will swap out the arms on the planter, and then we'll pay him a core once we get their old arms back to us, and then we just keep on recycling them like that.
So that's a quick overview of what's going on over at Solid Rock, and kind of basic planter stuff, and then some things that they do over there as far as the inventory they keep and things they can work on. If you recall, we had this whole planter built and kitted out with Precision stuff. We bought the whole planter from Schlip up here in northern Indiana. And I also I work with Matt at Potential Ag, who's kind of under Randy at Integrated Precision. They're over in Illinois. So I've worked with a few dealers and been happy with all of them. And this planter is all maintained and ready to go for 2023.